Hey everyone, welcome to English Conversation Zone.
Hi there, I'm Rose, and I'm so excited to be here today.
And I'm Jake, your English teacher and guide. Rose, how are you feeling today?
I'm doing great, Jake. Actually, I'm really excited about today's topic because it's something so many learners ask me about all the time.
Oh, really? What's that?
Well, everyone wants to know the secret to becoming fluent in English. Like, is there one magic method or technique?
Ah, yes, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And you know what? Today, we're going to talk about exactly that.
Your likes and subscribes motivate us so much. Please share this video with your friends.
So, Rose, let me ask you something. When you first started learning English, what did you think fluency meant?
Honestly, I thought it meant speaking perfectly, without any mistakes, like a native speaker.
Yeah, a lot of people think that. But here's the thing. Fluency isn't about perfection. It's about communication. It's about being able to express your thoughts and ideas smoothly.
Oh, wow. So I was thinking about it all wrong?
Not wrong, just a bit differently than what fluency actually means. Let me break it down. Fluency is when you can speak without too many pauses, when you can keep a conversation going, and when people understand you clearly.
Oh, that makes so much sense. So even if I make small grammar mistakes, I can still be fluent?
Exactly. Native speakers make mistakes too. The key is flow and confidence. Now, let me tell you something important. There really is only one way to become truly fluent in English.
Wait, seriously? Just one way?
Yes, just one fundamental way. Are you ready?
I'm on the edge of my seat here.
The only way to become fluent in English is to use English. That's it. You have to actually use the language.
That sounds almost too simple. Can you explain more?
Of course. Think about it this way. You can study grammar books for years, memorize thousands of vocabulary words, and watch hundreds of English movies. But if you never actually speak or use the language, you won't become fluent.
Oh, I see what you mean. It's like learning to swim by reading about swimming but never getting in the water.
Perfect analogy, Rose. You've got it. Using English means speaking it, writing it, thinking in it, and making it part of your daily life.
But Jake, a lot of people don't have English speakers around them. How can they use English if they're alone?
Great question, and that's where creativity comes in. Let me give you some practical ways to use English every single day, even if you're by yourself.
Yes, please. I need those tips.
All right, first method, talk to yourself in English. I know it sounds silly, but it works amazingly well.
Talk to myself? Like just walking around my house speaking English? My family might think I'm crazy.
Maybe, but here's why it works. When you narrate your day in English, you're practicing sentence structure, vocabulary, and pronunciation all at once. For example, you wake up and say, "Okay, I'm getting out of bed now. I need to brush my teeth and take a shower."
Oh, I actually do that sometimes. I describe what I'm cooking or what I'm seeing outside my window.
Perfect. Keep doing that. The more you do it, the more natural English becomes. Your brain starts thinking in English instead of translating from your native language.
That's so important, thinking in English. I remember when I stopped translating everything in my head, my English improved so much.
Exactly. And that brings us to the second method, journaling in English. Write about your day, your thoughts, your feelings, anything.
I love journaling, but should I worry about making mistakes when I write?
Not at first. The goal is to use the language freely. You can always go back and check your grammar later. The important thing is that you're actively using English to express yourself.
What about speaking with other learners? Is that helpful, or does it reinforce mistakes?
Actually, speaking with other learners is really beneficial. You're still using the language and you're building confidence. Plus, you can learn from each other.
That makes me feel better because I have a study group with other English learners, and sometimes we weren't sure if we should only practice with native speakers.
No, practice with everyone. Native speakers, learners, your dog. I'm kidding about the dog, but you get the idea.
True, though talking to a dog in English would be good practice. They won't judge you.
True. Now, let me talk about another crucial aspect of using English, listening actively. When you watch a show or listen to a podcast, don't just passively hear the words.
What do you mean by actively listening?
It means engaging with what you hear. Repeat sentences, pause and think about the vocabulary. Try to use those phrases later in your own speech.
Oh, like shadowing. I've heard of that technique.
Exactly. Shadowing is when you listen to English and repeat it immediately, trying to match the pronunciation and rhythm. It's incredibly effective.
I tried that once with a movie scene, and it was really hard, but also really fun.
It is challenging at first, but that's how you improve. You're training your mouth muscles to make English sounds, and you're training your ear to hear the nuances.
Jake, what about grammar? Should people focus on grammar rules or just start using English?
Both, but here's the order. Use English first, then learn the grammar rules to refine your usage. If you wait until you know all the grammar perfectly, you'll never start speaking.
That's interesting. So it's like learning to ride a bike, you just get on and try, even if you fall a few times.
Perfect comparison, Rose. You learn by doing. Grammar is important, but it should support your speaking, not prevent it.
What about accent? A lot of people worry about having an accent when they speak English.
Ah, the accent question. Here's the truth. Accents are completely fine. As long as you're clear and understandable, your accent is part of your identity.
Really? So I don't need to sound exactly like an American or British person?
Not at all. There are millions of people around the world who speak English with different accents. The goal is clarity, not mimicking a native accent perfectly.
That's such a relief to hear. I used to stress so much about my pronunciation.
Pronunciation is important, yes, but don't let it stop you from speaking. The more you use English, the more natural your pronunciation becomes anyway.
So it all comes back to using the language, right?
Absolutely. Everything connects to that one fundamental truth. You must use English to become fluent in English.
Jake, can we talk about some specific techniques for using English in daily life? I think our listeners would love practical tips.
Of course. Let's start with something everyone does, using their phone. Change your phone's language to English right now.
Oh, I did that a few months ago. At first it was confusing, but now I don't even think about it.
See? That's perfect. You're exposing yourself to English every single day without extra effort. Your brain starts recognizing words and phrases automatically.
What about social media? I spend a lot of time on social media.
Great opportunity. Follow English accounts. Read posts in English. Write your comments in English. Make your scrolling time productive.
I never thought about that. So instead of just watching videos, I could join English-speaking communities online.
Exactly. There's so many English learning groups, discussion forums, and communities where you can practice writing and even have video calls with other learners or native speakers.
What about reading? Should people read difficult books or start with easier material?
Start where you feel comfortable but slightly challenged. If you're reading and understanding about 70 to 80%, that's the sweet spot.
Why not 100%? Wouldn't that be easier?
If you understand everything, you're not learning new things. You need that little bit of challenge to grow. But if it's too difficult and you only understand 30%, you'll get frustrated and give up.
That makes sense. So maybe start with children's books or simplified readers?
Those are great starting points. And here's a tip. Read things you're actually interested in. If you love cooking, read recipes and food blogs in English. If you like sports, read sports news.
Oh, I love that. So it doesn't feel like studying because you're enjoying the content.
Exactly. You're using English for a purpose, not just to study it. That's when real learning happens.
Jake, what about people who are really shy about speaking? How can they start using English if they're afraid of making mistakes?
That's such a common challenge. First, I'd say start small and private. Record yourself speaking in English, just you and your phone.
Oh, that's a good idea. No pressure, no one else listening.
Right. Then you can listen back, hear your progress, and get comfortable with your own voice speaking English. Over time, confidence builds.
What should people talk about when they record themselves?
Anything. Describe your room, talk about your day, discuss a movie you watched, express your opinions on a topic you care about. The content doesn't matter. The practice does.
I'm going to start doing that tonight. Maybe I'll describe what I'm going to have for dinner.
Perfect. And here's another technique. Singing in English. Music is an amazing tool for language learning.
I love singing, even though I probably sound terrible.
It doesn't matter how you sound. When you sing, you're practicing pronunciation, learning vocabulary and context, and having fun. It's a triple win.
What kind of songs are best for learning?
Start with slower songs where you can understand the lyrics clearly. Pop ballads, folk songs, anything where the words are clear. Then as you improve, you can try faster songs.
And I guess looking up the lyrics and understanding the meaning is important too.
Definitely. Understanding what you're singing makes the vocabulary stick in your memory. Plus, songs often use idioms and natural expressions that are super useful.
Can we talk about some common idioms? I find those really tricky.
Sure, idioms are phrases where the meaning isn't obvious from the individual words. For example, piece of cake means something is very easy.
Right, not actual cake.
Exactly. Another common one is hit the books, which means to study hard.
Oh, I've heard that one. Like, I need to hit the books before my exam.
Perfect usage. Here's another. Break a leg means good luck, especially before a performance.
That one confused me so much when I first heard it. Why would you tell someone to break their leg?
Yeah, idioms could be confusing. That's why you need to encounter them in context, in real conversations and real content. That's part of using English.
So watching TV shows and movies helps with learning idioms?
Absolutely. You hear how native speakers actually talk, including slang, idioms, and casual expressions you won't find in textbooks.
What shows do you recommend for English learners?
I like sitcoms because they have everyday conversations and usually clear speech. Shows like Friends or The Office are popular choices. But again, watch what you enjoy.
I've been watching cooking shows in English. I learn food vocabulary and cooking techniques at the same time.
That's brilliant. You're combining your interests with language learning. That's the key to staying motivated.
Speaking of motivation, what do you do when you feel stuck or frustrated with your progress?
Great question. Remember that progress isn't always linear. Some days you'll feel fluent, other days you'll struggle with basic words. That's completely normal.
Oh, I definitely have those ups and downs.
The important thing is consistency. Even on days when you don't feel like it, do something small in English. Read one article, watch one video, have one conversation.
So it's better to do a little bit every day than a lot once a week?
Much better. Your brain needs regular exposure to solidify the language. Think of it like exercising. You wouldn't work out for 10 hours one day, then do nothing for weeks, right?
No way. I'd be so sore.
Same with language. Regular practice keeps your skills sharp and constantly improving.
Jake, let's talk about thinking in English. You mentioned it earlier, but how do people actually train themselves to do that?
Excellent question. It's one of the biggest breakthroughs in language learning. When you stop translating and start thinking directly in English, your fluency skyrockets.
But how do you make that switch? It feels automatic to think in my native language.
It is automatic. So you have to deliberately practice thinking in English. Start with simple thoughts throughout your day. For instance, when you're hungry, think, I'm hungry in English, not in your language.
Oh, so it's like training your brain to default to English.
Exactly. At first, you'll catch yourself thinking in your native language and have to consciously switch. But over time, English thoughts come naturally.
Does it help to not translate at all? Like when I learn a new word, should I understand it through English definitions instead of translating it?
That's ideal, yes. When you learn the word exhausted, instead of translating it to your language, think of it as extremely tired, no energy left. Use English to understand English.
That's really helpful. So using an English dictionary instead of a translation dictionary.
Yes, especially as you get to intermediate level. It forces your brain to work in English and build stronger connections between words.
What about when you're trying to express something complex? I sometimes don't know the exact words in English.
That's when you practice circumlocution, describing the thing you want to say using simpler words. It's actually a really valuable skill.
Circumlocution. That's a big word.
Yes, it is. But the concept is simple. If you don't know the word screwdriver, you might say the tool you use to turn screws.
Oh, I do that all the time. I didn't know there was a fancy name for it.
It shows you're really using the language creatively. That's fluency, finding ways to communicate even when you don't know every word.
That makes me feel better about not knowing every word in the dictionary.
You don't need to know every word. Even native speakers don't. What matters is that you can express yourself clearly and understand others.
Jake, can we talk about listening comprehension? Sometimes I understand every word individually, but miss the overall meaning.
That's super common. You're focusing so hard on individual words that you lose the big picture. Try listening for the main idea first, not every single word.
How do I practice that?
Listen to podcasts or watch videos in English, like what you're doing right now, haha. And after a section, pause and summarize the main point. Don't worry about every detail.
So I'm training myself to understand context and main ideas.
Exactly. Over time, you'll catch more details naturally, but understanding the gist is more important than understanding every single word.
What about different accents? Sometimes I can understand American English, but struggle with British or Australian accents.
That's normal. Each accent has different sounds and rhythms. The solution? Expose yourself to different accents regularly. Watch content from different English-speaking countries.
So variety is important in what I listen to.
Very important. The more accents you hear, the better your overall listening comprehension becomes. Your brain learns to adapt.
What about speaking speed? Native speakers talk so fast sometimes.
They do. But here's a secret. They're not actually speaking faster. They're using connected speech. Words blend together in natural conversation.
Connected speech. Can you give an example?
Sure. Instead of saying, "Do you want to go?" native speakers might say, "Do you want to go?" The words connect and some sounds disappear.
Oh, that's why I can't catch every word, even when I know all the vocabulary.
Exactly. That's where listening practice comes in. The more you listen to natural English, the more your ear adjusts to these patterns.
This all keeps coming back to using English and exposing yourself to it, doesn't it?
Everything does. That's why it's the only real way to fluency. You can't study your way to fluency. You have to use your way to fluency.
I love that. Use your way to fluency. That should be our motto.
Haha, I like it. And it's true. Every interaction with English, no matter how small, builds your fluency.
What about people who say they don't have time to practice English? What would you tell them?
I'd say you don't need hours of dedicated study time. Use English during activities you already do. Listen to English podcasts while commuting. Think in English while cooking. Read English articles during your coffee break.
So it's about integrating English into your life, not adding it as a separate task.
Perfectly said. When English becomes part of your daily routine, you're constantly using it without feeling like it's extra work.
What's your number one tip for someone who really wants to become fluent?
Stop waiting until you're ready. Start using English now, today, at your current level. Speak, write, listen, read. Do it imperfectly, but do it consistently.
Don't wait for perfection, just start.
Exactly. Fluency comes from doing, not from preparing to do. Every conversation, every mistake, every awkward sentence, they all move you forward.
That's something a lot of learners need to hear. We're often so afraid of making mistakes that we don't practice at all.
Mistakes are proof that you're trying. They're how you learn. The person making lots of mistakes and keeping going will become fluent much faster than the person who stays silent to avoid errors.
That's so true. I remember being terrified to speak English when I first started. Now I just go for it.
And look at you now. Your English is great because you used it, practiced it, made mistakes, and kept going.
Thank you, Jake. This conversation has been so helpful. I feel like we've really broken down what fluency actually means and how to achieve it.
We have. And remember, everyone listening, there's no shortcut, no magic trick, no secret method.
The only way to become fluent in English is to use English.
Use it in every way you can. Speaking, writing, listening, reading, thinking. Make it part of your life.
Start small if you need to, but start today. Talk to yourself, write a journal entry, watch a video, send a message to a language partner. Just do something in English.
And be patient with yourself. Fluency doesn't happen overnight, but it absolutely will happen if you keep using the language.
Consistency beats intensity every time. 15 minutes daily is better than 3 hours once a week.
What a great reminder. I think our listeners have so much to work with now.
I hope so. The tools are all there. You just have to use them. And remember, everyone listening, you've got this. Go use your English today.
Yes, we believe in you. Keep practicing, keep improving, and most importantly, keep using English every single day.
That's all for today, everyone. We'll see you next time on English Conversation Zone.
Bye, everyone. Happy learning.
Take care and keep speaking.